Hey friends! So if I seem a little low energy this video, I've been having a rough week. I have been sleeping kind of all day. It's actually Thursday and I'm hoping this video goes up on Friday, possibly Saturday. I'm trying to stay as consistent as I possibly can, especially in these early stages of my YouTube channel. But I can just not get any sleep. I have been just wearing myself out. I'm an essential worker right now. For the time being, I actually don't know how my company is faring. Our contract is ending soon, so maybe unemployed and the unemployment is going down. And I'm just a little stressed, like just a little bit, but I know a lot of you are there with me, so let's just together review some DIYs. One of the things I do when I'm really stressed is I love to craft. I love to go to Dollar Tree and get a couple of things and just make something, even if it's really bad, which some of these are not the best, but they're okay. This TikTok I actually saw while I was filming the rest of the crafts because I was going back and trying to find a username for another craft I'm gonna make. And I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be perfect for the tables at my wedding. I thought this would be such an amazing addition. My fiance is a musician. I used one of his songs and one of my friend's songs to make this. I thought I was being super duper professional because the girls in the video use these like fine tip markers, but I went and got a Sharpie pen, a paint pen that was specifically made for glass and writing on glass, and I actually think theirs look so much better, so I may go back and fix it with a marker or just completely redo them with a marker for my wedding. But here was my first attempt and I think it looks pretty cute, but once you get up close you can really see that it started to get chunky. The Sharpie paint pen that I used, you really can't go back over it. What are those pens called? Like Posca pens? I've seen Posca pens do stuff like this where if you go back over it, it kind of removes itself. But I will say, I feel like this is a little bit better than just regular markers because I feel like it took a lot less time to dry and I don't feel like it's going anywhere. Like I can sit there and kind of rub on it and it didn't come off at all, as you can see. And the Spotify code does work. I think that that's the coolest thing ever. But if your table is bored and they're waiting for like their turn to go up and get a plate or something, I think it's so fun that they can kind of whip up their phone if they know how to do a Spotify code. So I probably have been showing my process for this one. I don't know how I got worse. Like I feel like the words are not as clear. I don't know. But I am really in love with this idea. I am gonna try it with markers and maybe with the paint pen I'll practice just a little bit more. I got these from the Dollar Tree. This is just the certificate of achievement, like 8x10, I think, something like that. Either 8x10 or like 8x11. That frame. And how I planned to display them was I was just gonna get a little holder that's like this, or I was gonna get like some made maybe, or make some myself, or you can get those little holders that are, I'm not describing this very well. You can get little wooden holders that you kind of slot glass into that I think would be super cute. It works! Okay, anyways. I'm super happy with it, but I do think I could do better. But I'm really excited about the playability of the Spotify codes just from tracing them. That's kind of amazing. So this TikTok was titled $15 wedding decor, but your girl got it a little bit cheaper. So in this TikTok, she made a gigantic wedding wreath with a hula hoop. And while that's all fine and dandy, I thought that it was a little bit too big for my liking. And actually my Dollar Tree doesn't sell hula hoops, or if they do, they're just out of it. A lot of Dollar Trees don't have a lot of the same things, or they're in a shortage because of, you know. This was my attempt, and it's still pretty big, like head size comparison. That's the second video I've done a head size comparison in. But this is the wreath. I thought it was pretty cute, so I got a wire metal frame for $1. All of these cute little flowers came from the Dollar Tree, except for this green foliage stuff. I actually picked it up at Walmart. I think it was like $3 for that green foliage stuff, but I actually have a bunch of it left over, so I'm confident that I can use it for something else. I will say that wrap wreaths take a while, and that's what this is. I've done wrap wreaths before, and I thought that I think that they're pretty cute, but I will say that you do need to have like a nice Netflix show or a YouTube show. The footage that I'm showing right now is about 5 minutes of real time. I would say that it's worth it. Let me check on Hobby Lobby. How much is a wreath on Hobby Lobby that's kind of like this? And I have a bunch of other flowers. I just personally didn't really want to hot glue any more things. My hot glue gun was leaking everywhere. It was not a fun time, so I just decided to go with these two. I'm probably just gonna go and hang this up somewhere in my house. This is $69. Oh, you are not gonna believe me on this one. You could do something like this, if not exactly this, for less money. Look, it's $69.99. I can't get over that. That's stupid. I think there's not a person that hasn't searched like wedding DIYs that hasn't seen a video like this one where it's a Dollar Tree centerpiece. It's just those little candle holders with a vase. I actually didn't find any spray paint at Dollar Tree, so it is Dollar Tree and Walmart, or Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And I actually styled it a tiny bit. I filled it up a little too much. I used that same craft bond to hold it together instead of hot glue because I felt like this would be a little bit more secure. And I also took advice from some of the TikTok comments, which are so mean. It is such a mean place.
But I felt like this would be a little bit more secure.
It just fell. Well, I guess it didn't cure long enough. That was a disaster. So I guess I'll try it with hot glue next time. But, anyways, I don't know how she did it. I tried to spray up like she showed in the video, but I got a really uneven spray, will you focus on it? Okay. I got a really uneven spray from the, spray paint, and some of it flaked off on the bottom. I'm just so thrown off by it detaching like that. Oh, it could have been because of the sticker, because I left that on.
Anyways.
Oh my gosh. I just have a little rose in there. My friend Greg, hey Greg, he left a really sweet comment on the other video, but he gave me this rose. And then I took advice from the comments to put some glass beads in the bottom of it. So that's that. I'll probably just put this on my table, but not until I get this part figured out because my cats are gonna knock this over. But the glass beads are there to kind of weight it down so that it's not so easy to knock over. Next one. I thought this was going to be so easy because it's just a backdrop. And, you know, you just need some vines and some flowers and everything. I didn't even do the styling of the chair just because everything went wrong, and I'll let past me show you what happened. We're just gonna go for the general vibe of it. That's this, this video is the knockoff version of most of these. Because, well, hello, this is my real curtain rod. Well, I guess a curtain rod that I would have gone out and bought would be also my real curtain rod. Besides the point, I bought some curtains, and you know, normally there's two, you know, that way you can open the curtains, but there's only one. I guess I just bought a panel or something. Oh, the hanging down bits. How am I supposed to do that? I guess they're just gonna go on either side. My cats are gonna have a field day with this. I don't know how I'm going to get the hanging downy bits on it or the little fairy lights I got, but let's see it hung up and styled. Y'all, I think I'm gonna have to rethink my backup career as a florist. This is just not cute. I just don't know about this. I don't even think it would be cute with the fairy lights or anything. Also, the fairy lights I bought were duds, so that doesn't help. Here, let me just, yeah, let me get you closer to this awful monstrosity. It's also supposed to be a backdrop, but if it's up against a window, which I guess you could mount the curtain rod bolts to something else, but if it's up against a window, you see, if I'm against the window, you can't see me. Okay, and something that passed me I don't think said was all of this together, like if you had real flowers, would cost a good bit more. I am a micro budget bride, so I'm not looking to spend a bunch of money on flowers. That's why I'm doing fake ones, so that's why I was looking at this, and I'm looking at styling flowers myself just because I don't think I have money in the budget for a florist or anything like that. But I think I'm gonna leave up what I did. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but I kind of pushed everything around and pulled up the vines so the cats wouldn't eat them, and I put a little bit of the stuff that I put around the wrap wreath around that single panel curtain, and I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it doesn't look too bad. Thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. No fashion video this week because there is an upfront cost with fashion videos. I do buy everything myself. But Kate did have a great suggestion of doing cheap shoes, and I do plan to do that video next. With shipping times and everything, it's probably gonna be up next month, so I am so sorry if you wanted that sooner, Kate. And I have some really fun shoes that I think you guys are gonna like, or maybe you're gonna hate because they're gonna be super ugly. Who knows? But thank you so much for the support, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.